Hey lovelies, it's your girl. I know I have not posted videos in fucking forever. Like Jesus Christ. To be honest, it's mostly because of my last job. I was working at the sex shop. Um, the 14 to 10, like the 10 to 14 hour days were just killer to me. And when I got home from that job, I would basically go the fuck to sleep. On my days off, I would basically work on Perla Beat stuff or do fuck all because I was like dead on the inside. Um, Also, I have been kind of unmedicated for the last few months, but again, with that job, it was really hard to schedule appointments for doctors and psychiatrists. So it was hard to get back on my meds. I promise in 2020, I'm going to get back on that. I'm gonna get back to hopefully 2018 me, because 2018 me was probably like the best version of me, I think, for at least YouTube videos. All I know is I want to get back to doing my YouTube video stuff. Like, I've been trying to for a while, but like, but because of my last job with how much my creative energy was working, I would have an idea, I would try to implement that idea, but it would take me more than the 3 days that my video should take. And the only reason my videos take 3 days is because the first day is to, plan, like actually record the stuff, all that jazz. Second day is to do the is to do most, well, the first day could also be editing, but like the second day is to do basically the basic cuts and all that stuff. Maybe some light editing, all that stuff. Third day is to basically be like, alright, so what do I like, what I don't like? Like, look at what I have done already in a new light, new day, new light, and then like do the final cut then, and be like, alright, so I like this the most. I mean, I could do the same thing in like a few hours. I could definitely be like, all right, so here's the basic cut, take a few hour break, look at it again, and then do all that. But it only works for, the only reason I do a day is because I then go do other things. And then I kind of forget about it, to be honest. Let's be 100% honest. And unfortunately, I didn't do that with my Bayonetta video, which is why it wasn't the best that I've done, and I apologize for that. Hopefully, my Alice Matters Return ones will be 10 times better, because I will actually probably start from scratch. Please, shut up, computer! Like, fuck, man. But yeah, so 2019 has definitely been not my best year. I spent most of the year kind of holding on to a past relationship that had ended in December of 2018, which ended up just going completely to shit, and like the guy actually now blocked me. So that was fun. Which sucks because he has a puppy, and I followed his Instagram for that puppy, and then he blocked me on Instagram, so now I can't see that puppy, and I don't even care about that boy anymore. I just want to see that puppy, and he blocked me on Instagram, and I'm just like, you're denying me the puppy. um, but thankfully, I'm now a lot better from that. I have a new boyfriend, which, by the way, I did not even, like, I wasn't even looking for a boyfriend. This stuff kind of just happened. Like, there's one thing after another. Next thing I know, I'm like, I'm dating someone. I'm like, well, shit, okay. Hasn't even been a full year since I broke up with this last guy, and already here's this boy like riding up being like, sup. I mean, thankfully this guy's a lot more supportive. 10 times better. I hope things definitely work out a lot better with him. But yeah, so 2019 was mostly just me doing that, working on videos, dealing with a lot of mental issues, and working. The end of 2019, of course, same thing. Lots of working. Holy shit. Like, and the worst part was with the job I was working with Rover for most of 2019. And that was a lot of like dog walking, dog sitting. So I wasn't able to be by my computer as much as I would like. At least when I was working. On days that I wasn't working, well, fuck, I had all the time in the world. I'm just a lazy bitch. Yeah, so 2019, there really wasn't anything memorable about 2019 beyond meeting my new boyfriend. That he was probably the most, well, and my Etsy shop. I started up a whole Etsy shop with all my Perla Bead stuff. That that was also really memorable. Those were probably my most memorable moments of 2019, was starting my Etsy shop and meeting my boyfriend. But otherwise, like, I also want to talk about just this decade. This decade's going to end, and I was thinking about it earlier, and I realized, like, so many things happened this decade. Like, the beginning of the decade, 2010, I started high school. Like, I started high school in 2010. And I only know that because I graduated in 2014. And yet, like, here we are at almost 2020. I've been out of school for, like, let's see, I left school in, like, 2016. Like, 4 years now. It's gonna be 4 years since I've left school. That's wild to me. Like, to think that at the beginning of this decade, I was just a tiny high school weeb. And I'm ending the decade as a grown-ass weeb. What? It's just, like I basically had this channel for, like, 6 out of the 10 years. Or 5 or 6 out of the 10 years of this decade. It's weird to think about. Like, I went through 4 years of high school, 2 years of college, like, multiple jobs. I moved out of my house. I moved back into my house. I almost moved in with a boyfriend. That boyfriend dumped me. And then, like, I had so many depression episodes. Like, holy shit. So much happened in this decade. It's, like, it's one of those things where you're like, oh, you know, like, decade, not that bad. But when you stop to think about it, you're like, wow, I did a lot. Like, holy shit. I mean, granted, as I said, 2019 was not my best year. It was my most unmemorable year, in general. Like, let's be 100% real here. The least amount of stuff happened to me this decade. I mean, bruh, don't get me wrong. A lot of things happened this year, but just to me in general. But I'm hoping that 2020 will be a lot better for me, this channel, just in general. Just hoping for a lot of things to happen in 2020. I mean, the best thing that could happen to me is I go back to making my YouTube videos, they pop the fuck off, or my Etsy page pops the fuck off, and then I can basically go back to doing Rover, and then still have a nice steady income just selling stuff. Because I will not hesitate to carry my Perla bead stuff with me to all of my Rover jobs. Like, you see this container? This isn't even all my beads, but this is a lot of them. Like, I just need one more layer, that's all my beads. I can just carry this thing and this cute little, fancy-ass iron with me everywhere, and I'm just set. I could just go work at in-home jobs at Rover, which is those two things to keep me busy, and I could just sell Perla bead stuff in my, like, while I'm doing that, and it'd be amazing. Like, that's the fucking dream right there, alright? Selling my Perla bead stuff, making YouTube videos, and walking dogs for money. Like, fuck, man. And yeah, that's basically my New Year's resolution. New Year's resolution. Have my Etsy page pop off, so make more Perla bead stuff. Go back to making YouTube videos. Also become a better editor. Like, I have lynda.com now, to learn that. Work on my mental health again, aka get back on my fucking meds because your girl's a dumb bitch. And just like, thrive. I feel like this decade, like this upcoming year, like 2020, I have a feeling it's gonna be my year. Like, I just feel it. So, to all of you that's been with me since 2014, thank you. For all of you that have joined on since, thank you for sticking with me and all of my issues. Let's make 2020 a great year. All right, lovelies. I'll see you next year. Goodbye, my lovelies.